I go back to my channel. Come on, you stupid app. Okay, let's check out the video quality first. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. Alrighty then, let's see. Large. Plus I have the, I don't really like doing this. I only did it one time. It's the text-to-speech, where your comments will show up, come out like Stephen Hawking, you know, with that robotic speech. But that's just in case I don't see it on the my tablet. Okay, welcome to the stream. I'm going to be doing some sightseeing missions today, mainly for the engineering materials they may have. Because I really don't need the money, as you can see here at 4 billion even.
Yo.
Hey Jess, welcome to the stream. Just getting started here. Hope the quality of the video is good. Let's see what I'm going to do in here. Okay, so I already have some missions picked up. I did that before streaming, so you didn't have to watch me go through this. I got to transport this guy because it was the only mission, because after I got blown up by the ganker yesterday, I lost like 5 missions, and that lowered my reputation with some of the local factions, so I need to get good with them. So that's why I took this mission, because it offers Rep+++, you know.
Can't watch on PS4, in game engineering, so second monitor is on.
Yeah, that's okay. I'd love to have a PC with a second monitor.
Ganker's name?
I don't know, I never got it. I was expecting him to have a message there that said kill you or killed you or whatever. But it never showed up. But I did another passenger mission before that, and in open play, and nothing happened.
Those bloody bastards, LOL.
Yeah. Well, when he interdicted me, you know, I submitted to the interdiction. I thought it was an NPC. And it wasn't until, you know, he started firing, I saw that he was a real person. But I was able to get away, and I was trying to get back to Jameson, and he interdicted me a second time. And that's when he just knew what to shoot out, and got to the point I had no thrusters, I couldn't turn the ship, I couldn't do anything. No FSD. So I'm not even sure what kind of ship it was. But yeah, you know how it is when something new comes out, like a new patch or a new update, and everybody's hanging out at the popular systems like Shinrada Desra and Seoul and whatnot. But I should have known that. I should have went into a private group like I am now. All right, let's auto launch this thing, transport this guy. But the thing that made me mad was I had like all 5 missions had really, really good grade 5 materials. I might have to do something about the sound, because I kind of have to talk louder. Oh, wait a minute. I'm lifting up on the stick and I forgot I got auto launch. Okay. Yeah, the problem with my headset with the microphone is that when I talk, I can't hear it in the microphone. So it feels like I'm talking with earplugs in. Yeah, these passenger missions are made a lot simpler with the Super Cruise Assist, because not only can you use it for going to stations, but you can use it for tourist beacons, even if they're on a planet. But if they're too far away, like I'd say like 2,000 or more light seconds, then I normally just fly at regular speed until I get closer, and then I will throttle down to I forgot to throttle down to blue zone, so it would activate the Super Cruise Assist. Let's find out where's the station I have to go to. I guess that's it. It's 183 light seconds, so I'll use the Super Cruise thing. So I just stay outside because I want to try to flip this station to where the mouse slot's facing me. And once I get it flipped, then I put it into Super Cruise thing. Got a couple of light seconds to play with. Okay, this looks pretty good. Okay, put it in the middle. Oh, come on. This better not be a real guy. I don't think he is. Let's see here. No. It's an NPC, but I had it all nice and lined up, you son of a bitch. Oh, well, we use the docking computer. You can, if you're in behind the station, it'll find the mail slot for you. It'll just take a little bit longer. Oh, now I gotta reactivate the stupid, Super Cruise Assist. Yeah, I was hoping that Milanis could watch my stream, but after his stream, he said he had a gig with his band. So he's probably rocking with his bass to the oldies, you know. Good for him. Throttle down, kick it in. Take a hit of vape. Now, Commander Elite Bastard does not condone the use of tobacco products, including vape. And if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you here in Phoenix. Seems like most of the streamers I know that, not only for Elite Dangerous, but other streams, they all seem to hit the vape. But after having my doctors on my ass all the time about smoking cigarettes, finally switched to vape, and they were all happy. And then just recently they said, "Oh, it can cause popcorn lung." So I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, it can cause popcorn lung if you're vaping for like 100 years. Okay. Hand this mission in real quick. Remember to pick the Rep Plus Plus for the reward. Hopefully I can get back to into this guy's good graces and be allied with him again. I seem to taken more of a major hit reputation-wise getting ganked from the controlling faction than I did from the other factions, even though I was doing missions for them too. Okay, well I'm gonna have to wait until I am back at Jameson to check out my reputation. It should have went up. Okay, that's gone. Garbage. Yeah, what reputation do I have? Probably cordial or something. You are considered an ally. Okay, I went back to being an ally. Good. Alright, let's see one of the other... damn, I can hardly read that. I don't know why they love orange so much. I mean, I like the color red, but I wouldn't put red in nothing, you know, nothing but red in a video game. So that, plot the course, go to the map, apply my filters. Two jumps, okay. And we're auto launch, which means I get to take another hit of my vape. And I'd like to welcome the other people who joined the stream. Feel free to come into the chat room. We don't bite. And I value your comments or questions or whatever. Alright, once that proximity light goes out, we're boost up and get rid of the auto launch. Yeah, another thing about that mission I was on yesterday when I got ganked, it's like all 5 of those sightseeing missions, each wanted to go to like 4 different systems. So yeah, it took me like over 3 hours of doing all that. I was so close to getting ready to disengage Super Cruise at Jameson Memorial, and that's when I got interdicted by a real player. And after I bought my ship back, I immediately jumped in my Fer-de-Lance, which I use for combat. And I flew around and I couldn't see him. I didn't get his name because I was too busy getting killed. Yeah, I took the one earphone thing off my left ear so I can hear myself talk, so that's a lot better now. Doesn't feel like I'm talking with earplugs in. But so far, you know, I really like the modules in the new patch. However, I'm kind of old-fashioned. I think new players should learn how to undock their ships, fly them out of the station, dock their ships, Because if they get ganked or get in combat and get really beat up, those modules are going to be shot. So, and pretty much the first thing that goes is the docking computers. So there's going to come a time when they're going to need to know how to dock manually and with a shot up ship. Okay, where am I going to? Here we go. I hope this is where they want to go to. How far away is it? 2,000. Okay. Make sure this is the correct one. Yeah. Alright. See if it's like 2,000, like this is a little bit over 2,000. I just fly towards it. And then when I get a little bit closer, then I will reduce my throttle into the blue zone, which will actually activate the Super Cruise Assist. But I'd rather, the problem with putting it in the blue zone, it's going to slow down your ship and maintain that slow speed. And also I noticed that if you have a, let's say you have a tourist beacon that's on a planet, and you're flying towards the planet, and you're in Super Cruise Assist, and the tourist beacon is on the other side of the planet, the Super Cruise Assist doesn't know to fly around the planet, which is okay. You can just do it manually, you know, like I'm doing now. And then when you got that lined up, then you can. Oh, look at this Super Cruise Assist, and I did loop of shame because I was too busy talking. Okay, maybe we can edit that out. Yeah, right. Okay, we just put it in the blue zone, come back around again, slowly. I am in a Beluga, which is a very, very large ship, and even though it engineered thrusters and whatnot, it still takes a while to turn, to pitch up and to roll and whatnot. I'm not even sure if this is on a planet or not. Doesn't look like it. That doesn't look like a landable planet. But you fly to it or drop you out of Super Cruise, and then I target the beacon, slow down so I don't bang into it. Which I used to do when I started doing these missions. Way back when. Okay, here we go. Throttle down, target. Another thing I do is as soon as I'm done scanning, I move away from the planet, kind of boost. So I want to get into Super Cruise as fast as I can. That way if there's somebody after me, then they're going to have to pull me out of, they're going to have to interdict me. Because one time I was just sitting around the tourist beacon, reading about the tourist beacon, and somebody started shooting at me. Okay, now I can read about it. Too long, who cares? Okay, take me to the next one. Okay, what's that next message? Just wonder if there's another. The problem with taking multiple passenger missions, you could have two people going to the same system. Or I might have just forgot to delete that other one. The other nav beacon data. Well, let's check it out. You want me to go to Forbade 3, and I am at Forbade 3. Okay, so that's this mission. So we can get rid of that. Go to transactions, open him up, galaxy map. Okay, when you go into the galaxy map and you see this thing where you can't plot a course or you can't see the star, it's mostly because you got your stars filtered out. So this is either like a star class K. So I have those filtered out. So what you do is you just go to your map thing and you switch it over to realistic map. That would show the class K. Then you plot the course. And after you're done plotting the course, you go back and switch from realistic map to map so it can apply your filters. And there you go. And we have 3 jumps. I never use Ks and star class K or M because they're too small, and when you're flying a very large ship, it's just a real pain to fuel scoot from it. And when I first started out playing this game, I didn't know anything about the filtering out the star classes and whatnot, and I ended up running out of fuel 2 times in a row. Each time I had to self-destruct my ship. So I might be a little bit OCD about filling up my tank completely every time I scoot. But it doesn't hurt anyone, so. But I'll be watching somebody else's stream and see them fuel scooping and just be getting like a little bit of fuel, and then they're disengage their fuel scoop and fly off to the next system, and that would just drive me crazy. So yeah, it must be some kind of OCD I developed, or maybe I always had it. 'Cause I know when I'm doing engineering, I just got to complete those circles, And if it shows up that your ship is a little bit hot, what I do is I fly away from the star, and then when that fuel scoop thing goes off like it just did, hit the button for the hyperdrive so you can jump to the next system. And while it's charging, your ship is going to cool down. There it went off. Because what I used to do was I used to fly towards the next jump point and wait until my ship would cool down to like 30% and then jump, and that took too much time. And I saw somebody else doing a live stream and saw how they did it, and they just let the ship cool off while the FSD was charging, and that's a lot faster than flying around waiting for your ship to cool down. Okay, now beacon data, they want us to go to Lesty. Okay. Okay, it's really close. Come on. Okay, I might have to stop this because I'm flying away from it. Okay, there's Lesty. Where is the... This gotta be at Lesty's history. Make sure. Yeah, Lesty's history. Okay. Throttle up a little bit. It's gonna be really close. There it is. Super Cruise Assist is active. Everything is jolly. But I joked with somebody else about this, you know, the advanced docking computer and the Super Cruise Assist. I said, what's going to be the next thing for new players? They're going to have a fuel scoop assist, or maybe even a neutron star boost assist. I mean, I hope not. People just need to know how to do these things on their own. I mean, I sure wouldn't use a fuel scoop computer or a neutron star boost computer. But it's coming up with another patch sometime later this year. It's going to be geared for new players, so we'll just have to wait and see what kind of things they bring to the new player experience. But I do like the Super Cruise Assist. But I was doing passenger missions yesterday, and I had some of the tourist beacons were like 400, 500,000 light seconds away. And there's no way I'm going to fly all that way with my throttle.
Next thing will be free Rebby Tuesdays, for noobs only LOL.
Okay, what's that next? We buy Tuesdays, huh? If you can't afford to buy back your rented Sidewinder, something's wrong. Okay, get out of it. Yeah, I created another account on my PlayStation 4, and I did a video, what was it, yesterday or the day before sometime, and I wanted to show the new player experience, you know, being in the safe zone and all that, and I looked at the ships, and they're just all very small ships. They're rather crappy. So if you want your Anaconda, you're going to have to leave the safe zone. And once you leave there, if your rank has increased, like combat, up to from harmless to mostly harmless, trade rank has increased by one. Once you have an increase in any of the 3 ranks, then you can't come back to that safe space. Okay, what I'm doing here. I thought I plotted the route. Okay, here again we got a planet, or we got a star that's filtered out by me. So we just go to our maps, switch from map to realistic, plot the course, go back to the map, switch it from realistic to map, and that will apply the filters. There you go. And we got 4 jumps. I saw that Yamix did a live stream. It was entitled something about ganking in the safe zone. And I didn't watch it, but I saw he did a live stream where he was in the safe zone, And before he ended the stream, he actually started shooting at this real player's, yeah, can't remember the damn ship, Sidewinder. So I think he blew it up. So Yamix is out ganking in the safe space. Blowing up all those little noobs. Alrighty. Wait for that fuel scoop thing to go off, and then I'm off and running. I just reread your last chat comment, Jess, and I can't really think how much more they're going to make it easier. How can they make it easier for the new player? Because I remember the first time I started playing this, I took the tutorials, and I had a hell of a time landing in that Coriolis station, or however you pronounce it. I mean, I just could not find the opening, and then when I got inside, she's saying, use your lateral thrusters. I'm like, okay, where are my lateral thrusters? And all the time he had that booming voice that echoes, and I called it the voice from hell, you know. But I got it down, and I docked it. And I flew, I've been playing this for my first 3 months, and I saw the docking computers in the outfitting, but I didn't know what they were, so I never messed with them, and I didn't buy one. And it was like 3.5 months of playing with hundreds of manual landings on platforms and regular large stations before I saw a video that somebody made about docking computers. I said, oh, you know, I was flying a Type 9 at that time. I said, oh, let's check it out, you know. And they always put the Type 9s right in front of the airlock or mail slot. And that's hard to, you know, to get to and dock. So that made my life a little bit simpler. And I said, man, if they could just have one where we can just launch this gigantic beast, that'd be great. Well, a year and a half or so later, they have one. They have the advanced docking computer. Auto launch, auto dock.
Soon there will be a hand-holding decal paint in Frontier store, emoji grin.
Yeah, there will. But, you know, I think it brought some of the players back, because I was kind of disappointed when they announced that the next big update won't be until the end of 2020. So I was finding it really, really hard to get pumped about playing Elite Dangerous. And then they came out with the new modules, so I said, oh, I'll try them out. Fuel scoop complete. Alright, where do they want me to go here? 19B3. I hope that's not far. Okay, 19, there it is. Visitor's beacon, would you assist? 238 light seconds. I already put it in the blue. And I wish they would get rid of this little panel off to the left that says, you know, your destination, and they have the distance and the speed. Because when I was trying to help our mutual friend from England join his stream, he kept getting confused. You know, I kept telling him to, you know, well, I'll do it here. Well, it would tell him, you know, throttle down to the blue, and he kept looking over at that distance speed thing. So I am in the blue, you know. So I had to tell him, no, 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 no. On the right side of the radar, our big radar screen, the right side, that's your throttle. So he figured it out and was able to use his Super Cruise Assist, which he likes very much. He's not too keen about the docking, undocking. He likes to do it himself, which is cool, until he gets a gigantic ship. So far, he's been flying pretty small ships, which are a lot easier to get in and out of stations with. Okay. Sometimes you get too close to these big planets, and their gravity will slow you down.
Incoming mission critical message.
Okay, still waiting on the ships. Let's see. There we go. Location visited. Go to another beacon. This little-known planet receives a lot of visitors, which is strange considering the more obvious attractions elsewhere in the system. Okay. That's jolly. Keeping in the English vernacular. Oh, map. And this next one's going to take us 5 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, you know, Jess, I'm not sure if Milanis on PC, if you're able to hook it up so, like with me, I can convert the text of the chat to speech, because that would really help him when he's doing combat. If he could hear or us saying, no, no, do this, pips the shields, pips the weapons, or whatever. And that way, you know, he can still be doing the combat and hearing our comments. But I don't know if you can do that with PC. Can't see why not. You can do everything else on the damn thing.
Frameshift drive charging.
I mean, if you know, just put it in the chat, because I'm not sure if you can do that on PC. At least I've never seen anybody do it on the streams. There you go. Good. Yep, you were late. Must have a passenger as a high value target.
Fuel scooping.
43 orbital planes established.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, next time our mutual friend in London or Bedford, England, next time he streams, I'm gonna let him know that I found out from Rusty Dog that you can use the mouse for your FSS. That's what he does. Because I think Milanis is kind of hesitant about hooking up a handheld game controller, but he can definitely bind it to his mouse and be able to use that. Because if he found out how much money and how easy the new exploration is and how much money he can make, he'd forget those passenger missions.
Shift drive charging.
Plus, it'd be nice to see him go up to Sagittarius A or maybe Beagle Point or at least Colonia. But I started doing exploration with a ship that had a 19 light year jump range, and it just took forever, and I still stuck with it. Learned a little bit about engineering, and then thank God they made the engineers better in chapter 4 or chapter 1. Now I just hate getting the materials. But with places like Dav's Hope, I shouldn't really be complaining.
Shift drive charging.
And then I got the system, what is it called, Timbularis, and almost every one of those landable planets have really great grade 5 and grade 4 materials. And one of these days I'm going to have to spend a full day on going to planet and just scooping up, doing some surface mining and shoot some rocks, build up my raw materials. Okay, we're here. Alright, where do they want me to go here? Whatever one. I should be pretty close. There it is. Look for the little suitcase icon, and that's the visitor's beacon. How far away is it? Okay, we're engaged the Super Cruise thing. There's only 250 light seconds away. And I can shut up and take a hit off my vape. So Jess, what are you building up that ship with the high shield and probably got a high hull integrity on it? What ship is that, and what do you plan on using it for, if you don't mind my asking? And how's the video quality? Let me take a look. Okay, it doesn't look bad. I'd love to have a PS4 Pro. My luck, I get it, and that's when the PS5s will come out. Which I think is going to be a while before I get a PS5. And I'm sure they're going to start out at $500 or $600. And I hope when the PS5 comes out, I hope that you're going to be able to play PS4 games. Just put the disc in and play them. Because with PS4, if you had PS3 games, you couldn't use them. They're no good.
Incoming mission
So
critical message.
you normally had to wait for them to upgrade the old games to PS4. I mean, I'd be damned if I have to pay
Frameshift drive
pay for
charging.
Elite Dangerous again, just so I can play it on a PS5.
3, 2, 1.
Like I said, but by the time I will be able to afford it, I'm sure Frontier will have a Elite Dangerous PS4 or PS5 edition. Okay, let's see here. Visitors to this system are greeted with a beautiful duo of water worlds. Wow, let's go there. Alright, where else does this guy want to go to? I think we got one more with him. Or her. And it's probably going to be a lot of jumps. Yep, 9 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
As a wise man once said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one single step. So we'll do our first jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be going to the loo pretty soon, and with that guy interdicted me, or trying to interdict me, I might have to land at a station. Plus, if I just fly around in space, I might suffocate. Ha ha ha. LOL. Yeah, the best way to do multiple missions, be it passenger missions or any kind of mission that you got stacked up, is, well, what I do is I do the first mission and then do the second mission and then do the third mission, the fourth and the fifth. And when they're all done, then I head back to my home base at Jameson Memorial and turn them in.
Drive charging.
I've seen a lot of people do the first mission, go back to the home base, turn it in, do the second mission, come back to the home base, turn it in. And there's just too many trips, back to the home base. Just might as well do all the missions and then come back to your home base and turn them in. I mean, that's logical to me. Because after I, bought my Beluga and engineered it out and everything, I tried going back to a Dolphin with just one cabin, and I couldn't do it. Only being able to take one passenger mission at a time.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now I was glancing through the new player handbook thing and looking at the map section, and I couldn't see it. Maybe I skipped over it or something. But I would think they should show you how to filter out the star classes so that you'd have nothing but scoopable planets or scoopable stars, so you don't run out of fuel. I think that'd be a great assist to a new player. I don't know, I might have missed it, so if somebody else has seen that in the new player handbook, then feel free to let me know. Yep. But when I first started playing video games, it used to be that you bought the game, and it always came with a manual. I remember the first time I bought Civilization, it came with this manual that looked more like a book. But I mean, they had everything in there that you could ever want to know. Now you buy a video game and you have to watch YouTube streamers, YouTube content creators, and hope that they'll be able to answer your questions. Or go to the forums, like Reddit or whatnot. So this new player handbook, I think all it is the instruction book that they should have included with the game to begin with. And I'm sure there's a PDF you can download and print out if you want, but I don't have a printer, or at least one that works. I have like 2 printers, but they both don't work.
System scan complete. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive.
Alright, how many more jumps? 3. And I know for the viewer that passenger missions or sightseeing missions might not seem as glamorous as combat, but you do get to go to some really nice, and strange places. Where if you do combat, you're basically just seeing the same thing over and over at the same conflict zone or the same has-res site. And I always said the sightseeing missions are more like miniature exploration expeditions without having to leave the bubble or going very far from your home base. I mean, if I wanted to, I think I have the scanner on here, so let me throttle down. Yeah, I have an FSS scanner, so I can always scan the planets here. Zoom in. So I can actually do a little bit of exploring. Get a little extra money. Okay, what are you? I think that's the USS, yeah. The USS. And you can make a little extra money doing that. Alright, there's something hiding back there. Another USS. My luck, I'd get the high grade emissions, and I'm in a into Beluga, which is a terrible ship for doing scooping. We'll just scan this one and then we'll quit it. Get back to what we were doing.
Shift drive charging.
But it's another great way to get out and practice the new exploration using the FSS, and also flying to a planet and mapping it. And like I said, since the chapter 4, exploration pays a lot. I went on about a 1-month expedition, and when I got back, turned in the cartographical data, and I got about 1 billion credits. I mean, I scanned a ton of planets, but for 1 billion credits, hey, you can't beat it.
Fuels looping complete. Shift drive charging.
Okay, what are we up to now? Okay, this next jump. It was kind of funny when I did my new commander live stream, and I was in the safe zone, and I saw that there was another PS4 player there. I sent him a text asking him, "Are you a new player?" You know, well, I didn't get any response, and that probably freaked him out. You know, guy's probably thinking, "Oh no, he's gonna gank me." Okay, Cannon Institute. Where is that? Okay, I can't find it. That's like these, if they're like a station or something. There it is, Cannon Institute, open its door. It's only 35. If it's a station, that sometimes they're not highlighted in blue like the other tourist beacons are. But there still are some bugs in this game. One that's not dangerous, but kind of gets on your nerves, is you go into a station, go into Starport Services, and it says restock all 10 credits. And you click on that, and it tells you server error, and it puts you back into Starport Services. Another one is, let's say I was to go into modules, and I would turn off my shields. Let's try this. I'm going to turn off my shields.
Shields offline.
Okay, so the next jump, it will automatically turn on the shields. So I'm going to test that out. I don't know if they've fixed it yet or not. But I think it only does it for the shields. I don't think it does it for all modules that you turn off. Because a lot of times you want to turn off modules to reduce your energy output and your or energy usage and your heat signature. And if you're going to have to turn it off every time you make a jump, that'd drive you nuts. Alright, let's scan this guy. What is that big thing out there? That must be the Institute.
Objective complete.
Is that a station? Canonian Institute.
Shields online.
I see that? It turned on my shields, and I did not turn on the shields. I didn't even jump. Yeah, this looks like some kind of base. Well, let's see if I can... No, it's not gonna... Yeah, I can dock here and then go to the bathroom. Okay.
Safety feature.
I guess my ship is too big. Try one more time.
Request denied.
Yeah, I gotta go to a bigger station.
You notice after you travel to a star your hard points deploy in Super Cruise.
Really? I don't have any hard points on this beluga, so I haven't noticed that. Let's try again. I'm gonna turn off the shields.
Shields offline.
And get rid of this stuff. Okay, take me back to Jameson, so I'm done with him. Tours to Visitors Beacon, okay.
Yeah, since that update it has been like that on my Asp Explorer.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I know that, how many jumps is that? Obsidian Ant did a video on it, and according to their release, they said that they're going to be working on it.
I think it has just a glitch.
Frankshift drive charging.
That could be. I don't think it's going to take a major fix. Alright, I'm going to jump and let's see. The shields will come on. And then I got to look for a station.
It's a feature.
It's a feature.
Emoji smacking lips.
Okay.
I started my journey to the Lagoon Nebula earlier.
Oh, that's great. Is that the first time you're out exploring there, Jeremy?
Shields online.
Yep, the shields came on. Okay, no big deal for me, but let's see if there's a station, because I do have to go to the can here. And what you know it, no station.
Yeah, learned how to firm scoop. Your advice with orbit lines helped a lot.
Oh, that was you. Okay,
Fuel
great.
not firm.
Yeah, when I first learned it, I was making all kinds of mistakes and constantly coming out of Super Cruise and burning up and whatnot. And then I started watching other streamers and watching how they did fuel scooping. And that's when I came up with this method of just staying outside the line, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, we chatted the other night when you were showing that new thing on how to auto land.
Oh, okay. I guess at 58 years old, my mind's starting to go. Okay, does this place have system or station? Nope.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, I'm gonna have to cowboy up and just hold it, I guess.
It was at 1 a.m. here in Alabama.
Yeah, I did kind of do it kind of late. I'm in Arizona and we don't have savings time or nothing, so right now we're the same as Pacific time. So like right now it's 4:34 p.m.
Fuel scooping.
Oh yeah. Some states don't recognize it.
Fuel scooping complete.
Well, I always thought it was kind of stupid, you know. It was all right when we had a lot of farmers and whatnot, but most people live in the cities. And I just remember when I lived back east in Pennsylvania, I used to hate
Frameshift
having to
drive
turn
charging.
back the clock or turn the clock forward. Because at that time we had like 4 or 5 different clocks around the house.
This day and age it has more waste. I hate losing sleep.
Yeah, I agree with you. I know Benjamin Franklin was the first one to propose that way back when, the 1700s. Well, that made sense back then, but today it really doesn't make sense. Most people live in cities and either work in factories or work in office buildings, and they're not out toiling in the sun. And I think even the farmers don't like
I
it.
heard it was also used in World War I.
Oh yeah? Yeah, they originally did it for the farmers, so that when they get up early in the morning, the sun would be out or something. I don't know. But like I said, a lot of the farmers don't like it. Because you have tractors, and guess what tractors now have? They have
Yeah, I
headlights.
can believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think once you got all your fields plowed and everything planted, there's no need to get up at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. Where I lived in western Pennsylvania was a lot of farming community, so I knew some farming kids, and as soon as they got out of school, they had to go home and do chores, and before they went to school, they had to milk cows and all kinds of things. And I'm like, oh, thank God I'm not a farmer kid. And the sad thing was, they were good friends, but they couldn't join us after school, so they couldn't join our little league team and play baseball. They probably would have made some good baseball players, as strong as they are. In fact, I'm doing this to kill some time because my Pirates are in your neck of the woods, Jess. They're in the West Coast. I think they're playing LA today. I'm not sure, but it's going to be my time instead of adjusting to the East Coast time if they're playing in Pittsburgh, which ought to be cool. The Arizona Diamondbacks played them in Pittsburgh and beat them 4 games to none. That was pretty embarrassing. And I have MLB TV, so I can watch all the games, and stream them. But because I live in Phoenix, then the Diamondbacks, no matter if they're playing away or at home, they're always going to be blacked out because they're still on the cable channel. So I had to wait till the next day to watch them play the Pirates. In hindsight, that was wasted time because they beat my Buccos 4 games straight. Then I got NHL TV, same kind of thing. You pay them for the whole season, and I know before I bought it, it said includes the Stanley Cup playoffs. So when the Pittsburgh Penguins, went to play round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, I couldn't get it. It was blacked out. So I called them up and said, "What the hell's going on?" And they said, "Oh, that's because it's being televised on national cable channel or something. You have to wait 48 hours before you can watch it on NHL TV." And I'm like, "No, no, no, no. It said includes, the playoffs." But it's like arguing with the customer service rep. And I let them know that next year I won't be getting the NHL streaming network thing. Save me about $150. And the good thing about the MLB TV thing is when I subscribed for this year, they sent me an email back confirming my purchase, and I went through the subscription details, and it did say right there it includes all playoff games. So I saved that in a folder in my Gmail account. So if they try to do that again, I just pull that out and be able to have something to reference. Unfortunately, with the NHL thing, I didn't save the confirmation letter. Okay, as you see, it's pretty far away, so I'm letting it go at top speed. Once I get within like 1,000 light seconds, then throttle down to the blue zone, and that will activate the Super Cruise assist. Otherwise, it would just take you a long, long time. Or I keep an eye on the time, so I like 18 seconds out. So if I do get 10 seconds out, I'll throttle down. Here we go. Because if I don't do that, then I end up flying past it anyway. Now, I'm not sure if this is on the planet. It's a visitor's beacon, so I'm guessing not. Usually if they say lava spouts or geysers and things like that, then you know it's on a planet. Which you can still use Super Cruise Assist even if the tourist beacon is on the planet. Just got to watch out to make sure the tourist beacon is not on the other side of the planet, because then you'd have to manually fly around until it becomes visible. I don't know, I'm heading towards that planet. Looks pretty big to be landable. Could be the tourist beacons right in front of it. I've had those. Yeah, that's an atmosphere, so you can't land on it, so most likely the beacon's just right in front of it. There we go. Throttle down so I don't run into the stupid thing. Okay, then I usually throttle up and pitch away from the planet. And then boost. And then go into super cruise. Like I said, if somebody wants to blow me up, they're going to have to interdict me. This binary pair of ice planets occupies the outer regions of this system and is a firm favorite for those who enjoy a chilly climate. Yeah, I wish I can go there. It's starting to heat up here in Phoenix. And I don't have an air conditioner. Our air conditioner broke down, God, what was it? Summer of 2011. And they want like $10,000 for a new air conditioner. Yeah. We have a little portable that we have set up in the bedroom. That damn thing really raises the electric bill. So we're holding off on starting that thing up. But in Phoenix during the summer, it can easily get 115, 120 degrees. It's a dry heat, but so is a pizza oven, and you wouldn't want to crawl into a pizza oven. I always tell people that ask me about, Arizona, especially Phoenix, and I tell them Phoenix only has 2 seasons, heaven and hell. And we just left heaven and now we're entering hell. So it's just the opposite of living back east in the colder weather. When it gets cold, you got to turn up the heater and use either oil or electricity or coal. I don't know if they still use coal furnaces. I know growing up as a kid, that's what we had, was a coal furnace. And you mostly stay inside the whole winter. Too cold to go out. So it's the same thing, just the opposite here in Phoenix. Everybody more or less stays inside and where the air conditioner, turn on the AC and kick back for about 6 months until it starts to cool down in October. But I would like to move back east because I've been out here permanent now since 1989, and I do miss the seasons. I miss seeing the leaves, start to come back in the springtime, and summers are not as hot. They might be more, a little bit more humid in August. And then you get to see the leaves changing colors in the fall and get to see snow in the winter. Here, if I was to take a picture today of just outside my door, and then 6 months later take another picture, I guarantee you the 2 pictures will look exactly the same. And that can get a little bit boring. I know if I do go back to Pennsylvania, I'll probably called a certified lunatic. Why would you leave Phoenix to come back here? Okay, I was looking back through the chat. I see you live in Alabama, so I know it gets pretty hot and humid down there. I don't know what the winters are like. It probably rains a lot. I know I did infantry training in Georgia in the winter time, and all it did was rain.
Frameshift drive charging.
I was down there in 77, 78 for infantry training at Fort Benning. Then I did my jump school training there, and all it did was rain.
Incoming mission critical message. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright, where's this guy want me to go to? G123-187, okay. There it is. Look for the little suitcase. Okay, it's gonna be an ice geyser. So that definitely it's gonna be on a planet. So I'll show you how to do the super cruise when you go into a tourist beacon on a planet. It's not too far away. So we're throttled down into the blue. Because when it drops you out at the planet, it drops you out like 9 kilometers away. So you have to fly towards it till you get within like 7 or so, and then the beacon will show up, and you can just target it and then scan it. Okay, so far so good. Get a little closer, see if the thing's in the front of the planet or the back. Yep, see it's in the back, so just fly around. There it is. Come back in there, and this Super Cruise Assist is back on. That'll take me right down to the ice geyser. Or if you're British, it'll be ice geyser.
Orbital flight.
And we should be popping out. There we go. See, you're not 9 kilometers away. So you just got to fly a little ways. Then that target comes on, you target it. You can actually stop. I had a friend of mine who didn't stop on planets because they thought you would fall down. But that, of course, doesn't happen. Alrighty then.
Frameshift drive charging.
Go on a super cruise.
3, 2, 1.
And then we'll check the messages here. The composition of icy geysers is driven by the internal makeup of the planet. Well, getting an education here. Why did it not tell me location visited? That's weird. It's been happening recently, and I don't know if that's a bug Or what? I don't even know. That's not it. Okay, see, all these descriptions are saying to go to Visitor's Beacon. Visitor's Beacon, Visitor's Beacon, Cinda Visitor's Beacon. The next one, Accidental Extinction, HIP, whatever, Visitor's Beacon, and Typhon Slada Visitor's Beacon. And this one's telling me to go to the Valuga Blight and Gleese 3002 Visitor's Beacon. So nowhere do I see the Ice Geyser. So why did it tell me to come here? Unless I scanned the wrong thing. That might have been it. Let's see. Navigation. I scanned the wrong thing. Here's the visitor.
It's a trap, lol.
Yeah, I scanned the damn wrong thing. They wanted to go to the Visitor's Beacon. I thought it was a ice geyser. Okay, I thought it was going to have a Milanus there. Well, you get lost. Just need to read these mission descriptions better. So I thought I had some of them. Some of the missions I thought were on planets, but I guess not. Like I said, 58, that's when it starts to go. I give it a couple more years and I'll be able to hide my own Easter eggs. Well, we scanned a extra tourist beacon that we didn't have to, but that's okay.
Incoming mission critical message.
You know, on these mission messages, it's going to tell me location visited, so that's a clue that something's wrong when you don't get that that message after doing the scan. So we'll take a look at that now. See, there it is, location visited. Because you get that, then it's going to tell you to go to the next system. Okay, that's good. Helium-rich gas giants are relatively rare in the galaxy, and this system contains 4. Helium-rich gas giants. Why are they rare? I don't know why they're rare. Okay, go on to the next one. I believe it was this guy here.
Alright man, I'm out, might take a nap for a few.
Okay, well thanks for dropping in, Jess. Enjoy the nap and enjoy the rest of your vacation. We got 6 jumps to this place. Just want to make sure I got the right guy. Let's see here. Ascinda Visitors Beacon. Okay, let's see, make sure we're going to Ascinda. Yep, we are. Alright, we got the right guy.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now, what's surprising when you do these multiple missions at one time is that by the time you finish the last mission, you would think that you're really, really far away from your home base. But you're actually like maybe three, maybe 5 jumps away from it. So it kind of like brings you back in a circle. When I first bought the Beluga, you know, I didn't know that, so I was only taking one mission at a time. And then I just decided, oh, let's try doing all 5 of them at one time. And yeah, when I got done with the 5th mission, I was only like 3 jumps away from Jameson Memorial.
Frameshift drive charging.
I still need to look for a station so I can land there and take a bathroom break, get some more ice for my Pepsi. It's another problem living in Phoenix without air conditioning. Your ice tends to melt faster.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
I know when I was starting out, I wanted to have an Anaconda, mainly for exploration because you can put so much stuff in there. And the way I made the money was I saw a YouTube video of somebody talking about their trade route, and it was between these 2 docks, or Holly Dock and White City, only 1 jump away. So I bought a Type 6 and packed it full of cargo bays and whatnot, and started running slaves to White City and then bringing back crop harvesters, and I kept doing that over and over and over and over. And then I had enough money for a Type 7, and I bought that because I can put more storage compartments in it.
Frameshift drive charging.
I did the same thing over and over and over and over and over until I got a Type 9, and did the same thing over and over and over and over. And then after about 2 weeks of that, I had enough money for an Anaconda. And I went exploring in that. I mean, I had the Diamondback Explorer, but you really can't put as much stuff in it. You can't put like 2 auto-filled maintenance units, repair limpet controller, an SRV hanger. But with the Anaconda, you can put so much stuff into it. It's pretty ridiculous. Because with the, when you put a repair limpet controller, you're going to have some kind of storage, cargo hold. I usually have like 8 units of cargo, and then I just go here and I just synthesize my own whatever I need. If I need heat sinks. Oh no, we're talking about repair limpet control. Okay, where's the limpets at? Oh, I don't have enough. Man, I really did use a lot of my raw materials. But you can see there it just takes 10 nickel and 10 iron. I know, I got enough. Probably got it all redded out because I don't have any cargo space here. But if I had like 8 units of cargo, then I can make, I think you can make 4 limpets at one time. Okay. So what I do is I don't buy the limpets before I leave because that's going to mess with your jump range, hauling around 4 tons of limpets. So I just when I need them, then I just synthesize them and use them up. And if there's any left over, I just throw them out into space. But they do come in handy because sometimes, well, I don't know now with all these new computers, especially the Super Cruise Assist. I used to have trouble banging into planets and whatnot, damaging my hull. So I would need to do send out a couple repair limpets to fix my hull. And then after Chapter 4, they came out with the Crate Phantom, which has a really fantastic jump range, and if you have the Guardian FSD booster, you can put that on, in a 5 slot. They'll give you like 11, add 11 light years to your jump range. And you just engineer it, buy the right size modules, and right now I got that up to about 60 light year jump range. But again, it just doesn't carry as much as the Anaconda. So I think the Anaconda is still my favorite exploration ship. I mean, I've been everywhere with that thing, man. I've been to Sagittarius A, to the Great Annihilator, to Beagle Point. I mean, many times with that Anaconda, or Jumpaconda, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes I get like a little bit fed up with what's going on in the bubble, or can't figure out what I want to do next. So I get the wanderlust in my blood and jump in the Anaconda, try to pick an interesting place to go to. What I used to do is I used to look through the passenger missions. Okay, this one's 218,000 light seconds, so I'm just gonna fly to it and not engage the Super Cruise because it's way too far away. Damn, I forgot the story I was telling. Exploration, something. I don't know. I can't remember. I started out with a Diamondback Explorer. And then I went to the what's the next one? There was another one. Diamondback, the Asp Explorer. And then all the videos I kept seeing, people say, "Oh, you gotta get an Anaconda. This is really great for exploration." And that's why I did the slave running for 2 weeks. That almost drove me out of my mind. Going from A to B, B to A, rinse and repeat over and over and over. And I never lost a ship due to, exploration. I love getting out there and there's nobody around. There's no stations. You can fly in open. Don't have to worry about anybody ganking you. I used to do live streams, exploration streams, and it all went open. Don't have to worry about stream ganking. Because even if somebody's, let's say they're at Seoul and they're watching my stream, even if they see what system I'm in, well, I'm 10,000 light years away from you, buddy. Yeah, catch up to me and gank me. So it kind of offers you a little bit of peace and quiet. I think my problem with the new exploration system that they have since Chapter 4 is, again, it might be OCD or something, but when I go into FSS, I feel like I have to scan every planet in that system, And if there's like 35 or 85 planets, I'd scan them all. All the moons, all the gas giants, everything. And it takes me, forever just to go 10,000 light years, And I've been watching some people doing the Distant Worlds 2 expedition, and I'm seeing that when they go into FSS, they're looking at the radio signals, and they know which ones are high metal content, which ones are water worlds, which ones are Earth likes. And if they look at it and see nothing but a bunch of gas giants, then they just skip it and just jump to the next system. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, because it's just taking me way, way too long to do like a 10,000 light year expedition. And the gas giants, except for, if you got something like a gas giant with ammonia life or a gas giant with water life, water-based life, other than those two, gas giants and moons don't really pay off much. And the asteroid clusters don't pay off at all. You can't even put your name on it as first discovered by. So they're kind of worthless. And you can even use the FSS. Let's say you're scanning a high metal content, and you can look and see how far away it is from the star. And if you're an old explorer from before Chapter 4, then you know what the Goldilocks zone is, which is a zone that's more likely to have terraformable worlds, and that's all based on the star class of the system. The bigger the star, then the Goldilocks zone is further out. The smaller the star, then the Goldilocks is closer to the star, and so forth. That comes with a lot of trial and error. But I like it because you can find an Earth-like world that's like here, 300,000 light seconds away, and instead of the old way where you had to fly out to the actual planet and scan it, now you can just sit there right next to the star that you jump to and open up the FSS and scan that Earth-like, even though it's 300,000 light seconds away. And you get a nice detailed surface scan. If you're the first one to scan it, then you get your name on it when you sell the data. I have my name on, God, thousands probably by now. Thousands of different planets. So I'm showing you here, you don't have to engage the Super Cruise Assist if the destination is really far away. You can just put it in the middle of the thing and wait till you're closer, and then throttle down to the blue zone to to engage the Super Cruise thing. Otherwise, it would take you forever. Right now, my speed is about 660 times the speed of light. So we're doing pretty good distance, covering some distance here. So I like to engage the Super Cruise Assist around 1,500 or 1,000 light seconds away. That's for anything, stations, tourist beacons, planets, whatever. We're at 60,000 and counting. Getting back to exploration, the old way, you would have a lot of really good planets that were like 3,000 light years away, or light seconds away, and nobody bothered to go and scan them. So I used to go down there, and it would no discovered by tag. So I'd fly down there. It might take me, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and then scan all the planets, and that's how I started getting my name on, discovered by J. Gates 1960. That was my old commander name. Now it's, see if it shows the commander name. Changed it on PS4. Now Elite Bastard, Baztard. Had to put a Z in there instead of an S because PlayStation wouldn't accept that. Wouldn't accept Bastard. But when I first got the PlayStation 4, I didn't know anything about PlayStation 4. I haven't had one of those since PlayStation 2. And when I was setting it up and it asked me for a PlayStation name, I thought that I'd be doing a lot of logging in, logging out, whatever, and it'd be asking me for a PlayStation name and a password or something. So I came up with a username that I use on a lot of my other sites, which was jgates 1960. And that was fine when I was playing hockey and baseball and Mafia 3. But when I finally got Elite Dangerous, I didn't know that was going to end up being my commander name. But the guy that was in the stream not that long ago, Jess, he told me that for one time only you can change your primary account name on PS4. So if you pick a bad name, the next time it's going to cost you $10 to be able to change it. So I'm happy with the name Elite Bastard. I mean, that is the name of my YouTube channel. We're coming up with 3,000 light seconds. I'll be activating the Super Cruise thing shortly. Looking at the radar screen, I got another ship flying around. He might be waiting for me to slow down. It's an NPC, so. Okay, we're doing about. I'll just wait till 10 seconds out. We're at 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, throttle down. And let's see what this guy behind me is going to do. Okay, he either disappeared or is hiding behind that star. It doesn't look like I have anything to worry about. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get interdicted. Okay, what are we coming up to? It looks like some kind of planet. Pretty dark. What I normally like to do is I like to go underneath them, get a little bit more speed. Okay, put it back on.
Orbital flight engaged.
Oh, that was on the surface. Okay. I hope I went to the right one. That's the visitor's beacon. Kind of rare to see visitors beacon on the surface of a planet.
Objective complete.
Went past 90. What's going on here? I see. Okay, getting a positive. 90. Stop.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, I saw nothing but black, and I should have been seeing stars like I am now, and I'm like, well, okay, what's up here? Here I was going down towards the surface. Alright, let's look at the location visited. Please take me back to Jameson Memorial. Okay, so that one's done. Move on to the third one. Hopefully I don't want to go too many places. That's accidental extinction, that's one. Hip, whatever, visitor's beacon, that's two. And another visitor's beacon, so 3 tourist sites on this one. But I really got to find a station because I think my back teeth are floating. My luck, I'd find a station, but it's another 300,000 light seconds away or something. Let's take a look. Oh, there's one right here. Is it burning or? I can't remember what my symbols are. Honeypin Prospect. Up. Okay, how do you? We'll target, see how far away it is. It's only 1,000. Looks like it might be under repair. Okay, this one I'm just going to do the old-fashioned way. Try to get the mail slot in front. And then I'll deactivate the Super Cruise on my own. Yeah, manipulating the station icon so that the mail slot's facing you takes a little bit of practice, a little trial and error. Sometimes it works, sometimes on these Coriolis things it's harder. I like the ones that have the ring, the stations that have the ring around it. Those are easier to figure out where the front is. But it's going to be planet side, so let's go this way. Yeah, there it is. Let's just fly past them. Okay, let's give in to the interdiction. I don't think it's... Okay, boost. Might have been Space Cop. I don't think so, but... Alright, let's find the station again. Okay, we just go in this side. Why is it pointing the other way? Oh, I see. I see. These are a little bit hard, but they're a little bit harder right now because I really gotta go to the bathroom, so. This planet's gravity is slowing me down a little bit. The mouse slot should just be right below. Since I build up some speed up, pitch up. Okay, there we go. Still got time. We got 18 megameters. You watch, I get it all nice and lined up and then get interdicted again. Okay, that's pretty good. Can't tell if that's the mouse slot or not. Yeah, it is. Cross docking. Throttle down for the docking computer. Okay, why is this not doing it? I know I have a docking computer on here. Advanced docking computer, and it's working. There's something wrong here. Let me cancel the docking. Go back to navigation. Retarget it. Wrong thing. Where the hell is this? There it is. Target it again. Come over here. Request docking. Yeah, when you gotta go to the bathroom, your brain like goes on vacation. Okay, why? Request docking. I have no idea why my docking computer is not working. Oh, because the system is under repair. So if you're a new player, this is why you should learn how to dock.
Attention. Reduce speed to 100.
Yeah, I'll do that. This is a big beluga, so gotta remember how to do it. So I'm on pad 24. Yep. Where in the hell is 24? Down here.
500 meters from touchdown. Warning. Landing gear not deployed.
Bring it down. Move it over.
Landing gear deployed.
Move it forward. There we go. I've looked at Starport service. They probably don't have much to offer because it's
Landing successful.
recently attacked by Thargoids and they just got it up and running. Yeah, most of the stuff is unavailable. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna put in the screen. Be right back. BRB. I'll be back in a
Be
couple
right
minutes.
back.
Due to a major incident, this facility is undergoing an extensive program of maintenance. Please be sure to avoid any areas designated as under construction.
Incoming mission critical message.
Maintenance is currently being performed throughout the facility. Please take care when moving through the station.
All right, I'm back,
I'm back.
and that answers the question. If we can't use the docking computer, we're not going to be able to use the launch. So, another reason to have both skills in your belt, under your belt.
Ship release. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
I want to make sure of that. Follow this guy out. That scaffolding around an airlock, that's kind of stupid. And go out like a bat out of hell. Alright, we're done with that. Next time we dock at a station, they have all their facilities up and running, so we'll be able to use the docking computer.
Frameshift drive charging.
You have left the no-fire zone. Have a safe trip, Commander.
Gotta look, see what that message is up there. Probably somebody wants me to find them goods. Which my motto as a passenger captain is, if you didn't remember to bring it along, I'm not gonna get it for you. And the key to those things is just so you don't delete them, then they don't get upset.
Fuel scooping complete.
So let's see what that is. Yeah, locate goods. So you can read it. They want two units of domestic appliances. Now if I hit X, that would cancel it and they would get unhappy. If I want to accept it, I just click on the check mark, or I just go back. Just kind of ignore it. And you do that, that way it doesn't have the little message up there with the little number 1 next to the envelope, so that won't bug you.
Frameshift drive charging.
And for all they know, I'm out looking for whatever they want me to buy them. And by the time I take them, you know, back to Jameson Memorial after their mission is done, they're happy as clams on ice.
Fuel scooping. System scan complete.
Another thing you can do when you're scooping is also use your D scanner. Kind of do two things at the same time.
Fuel scooping complete.
Because before I used to forget, you know, I'd be like, did I do a D scan? You know, and end up doing it 2 times, you know. So I just got in the habit of doing the discovery scan whenever I'm fuel scooping. But thinking about that, ooh, the headpiece there's that's good. Thinking about that station being under repair reminds me that if you look at the galaxy map, you see a lot of areas in the bubble that's been being attacked recently.
Fuel scooping.
And I've wanted to hunt Thargoids But in order to get the bigger ones, you have to be in the wing. There's no, I mean, yeah, you might be able to solo and get it, but I'm not that good of a combat pilot, you know. I'm a master, but there's like 3 more ranks above me, you know, dangerous, deadly, and elite. And plus never taken on a Thargoid before.
Frameshift drive charging.
I would definitely need at least 3 people in the wing. And I don't know that many PS4 players to wing up. You know, some of them live in different time zones around the country. It's kind of hard to agree upon a set time to go out bug hunting. But I do want to try to take on the scout ships. Because if you kill a scout ship, that's the equivalent of killing a ship that has an elite pilot. So your combat rank goes up a little bit faster. But when you get up to the higher ranks, like Master, Dangerous, Deadly, in order to, like for me as Master, in order for me to gain rank points, I'd have to kill a lot of people who were either have the same Master or Deadly or Dangerous or Elite. If I kill like somebody that's mostly harmless, then I don't get any points for that. Then you end up in a predicament where you got the rank of Deadly, and the next rank is Elite. So that means that you only get points for killing pilots with the rank of Elite. And those are hard to come by. You gotta go to a lot of conflict zones, you know, high intensity, and try to find the elite pilots, and then go and blow them up. Okay, now begin Reagan's Legacy. Okay, or whatever Regana's. Here it is. Okay, I gotta find out what does she want to see. Accidental extinction. Okay. Here's accidental extinction. We'll put on the Super Cruise thing for her. Him, whatever. Zer. Throttle down to the blue. And just ride it in. I can take a sip of my Pepsi now since I got ice. But it is nice to, you know, put it on the Super Cruise Assist and just kind of put the PlayStation controller in your lap and kind of flex your hands a little bit, kind of relax. And I would not recommend, you know, just because you got this thing on Assist, I wouldn't recommend going into the kitchen and getting yourself a snack, because you never know. I don't trust these computers, so. I trust the docking computer, but the 2 new ones, you know, the launch, auto launch, and the Super Cruise Assist, I still keep an eye on it. But it's still nice to be able to, like I said, lay down the controller for a little bit, even though it's a couple minutes. And you know your hand's cramping up because I'm going to show you. Since we're done here, I'll show you my hand cramping up here.
Incoming mission critical message.
Okay, go away from these ships. There we go. Accidental extinction, that's too long to read. Location visited, take me to the next place. The visitor's beacon, okay. I'll show you what I was talking about. That is my commander. And come on, flex your hands. There you go. I don't even think I have to do that. I think I can just look down. Yeah. Good. There you go. Flex your hands. See, even he needs a break. All right. What was I doing? Going to the next one. As soon as I plot this course, I'll show you my beluga. Show you what it looks like. We got 3 jumps. Okay, let's take a look at the beluga. Okay, why is it there? Okay, disconnect the camera, and we'll fly around it. Have a nice paint job, red, white, and blue paint job. There's the name, Linda Ray. That's my sister who is deceased. So I named it in her honor. But this thing is really big. Show you how big. I am sitting right in the tip of the nose right here. So if you want to know how big a beluga is, there it is. So, okay, that's my beluga. I got gymnasiums in here. I got all kinds of luxury stuff that my passengers can use. That's where the passenger cabins are, I guess. I probably got a swimming pool in there, who knows. Alright, on with the mission. Hope you like my beluga. See how many jumps I said it was? 3 jumps, okay. Got a system called 2 Ladies, huh? Maybe I'll make that my home base and my home system, and we can have a menage a trois with the 2 ladies. Bad joke, I know, but I'm getting a little bit tired. Yeah, there's some people that fuel scoop on the side, which I don't really like because you have to use your yaw to go around the planet. I like scooping from the bottom of the star. That way the outside, the orbit line is above me. When we get to this next one, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I tried doing it from the side. But those are mostly people who aren't OCD like me and can stand just getting a little bit of the fuel. So, you know, in order to keep going, you got to yaw over, which isn't hard, but I just find it's easier just to flip it upside down and go at it this way. See, I'm scooping at a faster rate.
Fuel scooping complete.
And there we are.
Frameshift drive charging.
Check, and I think I have this one, and I'm almost done with this mission, and I got another mission. Then we'll head back and end the stream there. Hand them in. Hopefully I got some good ones with materials. But I took on so many missions that offered modified embedded firmware, which is a grade 5 material. But I got so many that I can't take anymore. So now I'm doing the exquisite focus crystals. If you don't need them, you can always trade them in for something you do need. Wish they would start doing raw materials. That'd be nice. Okay, we're going to 9A. Okay. There's 9A. Hit visitor's beacon, it's 1,000, so we'll put on Super Cruise. Assist. It's 1,800, so wait till I get about 1,000. Then I'll throttle down to the blue zone and kick on the Super Cruise assist. Or as I started calling it, the SCA, Super Cruise Assist. Because I was texting my friend about it, and it's just too long to keep typing Super Cruise Assist. So I came up with SCA. It's wondering Frontier didn't come up with that. And it's sort of like the frame shift drive SSD. Because when I started, a lot of people thought they were saying frame shift drive. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense, you know. There's still a lot of people that insist they're saying it's actually the frame or the friendship drive. But no, it's actually you go and buy a frame shift drive, not a friendship drive. When I started playing the game, I mean, I would literally when my head hit the pillow, I would start thinking about my days, Elite Dangerous playing, and how can I do it better and whatnot. And then I get up in the morning, and while I'm drinking my coffee, I'm watching YouTube videos about the game until I get woke up enough, and then I'm playing the game. See, I'm retired, got a small pension from the VA for my service in the U.S. Army. It's not much, but it's enough that don't have to work if I don't want to. I don't know if I get a job, they might take it away. I don't know. But I got a lot of time on my hands, so I play Elite Dangerous for 8-9 hours. After I do this, scan this beacon, I'll show you the approximate time played on this account. Oh, that's on the planet too. Okay. We're pretty close to the system, or the surface. So we're gonna target it, and we're gonna throttle down so we don't crash into the planet. It's only 5 kilometers above it.
Incoming mission critical
Okay,
message.
turn it around so I don't get mixed up again. There we go. Throttle up. Get it to about 90 degrees, straight up. And going to Super Cruise.
4, 3, 2, 1.
First I'm going to get rid of these messages, and then I'll show you if I can remember. Okay, the visitor's beacon. The views from the icy moon of its parents' mixed rocky and ice rings are one of the highlights for tourists in this star system. Okay. I have to think of better things to do. Oh, we got one more on this mission. Okay, well, we're going up above the planets to see if I can remember. What the hell would it be? Maybe status. It used to be where you can see how long you've been playing it. I think that, no. Not inventory, not ship, I don't think. No. Where the hell was it? It might be in the codex under commanders. Yeah, commander. There it is. Approximate time played 12 weeks, 6 days, 9 hours, 48 minutes. That's actual time. No in-game time or anything like that. So if I was to convert 12 weeks, 6 days, 9 hours, 48 minutes, convert that all into hours, it'd probably come out about 2,000 hours. 2,000 real hours of playing the game. Where are we? Did I plot that out? No, I didn't. Okay. But I have seen people playing on PC who's been literally playing the game for 3 or 4 years, you know. I started in August of 2000 or 2018. So it's a little bit over a year and a half. But I love this game so much that I not only learned how to play it, but I studied it. Like I said, I'd get up in the morning, make my pot of coffee, watch a bunch of YouTube videos like Obsidian Ant, Down Earth Astronomy, and some others, and watch some live streams from Ineffectual Gamer and Down Earth Astronomy. And I'd actually have a notebook, and I'd be taking down notes. And then in the afternoon, I'd start playing. And then at night, I'd go through what, you know, my day's playing session, and what I can do better, you know, what I messed up on, things like that. So I didn't want to be good at this. I wanted to really learn the game. Because all the other games for PlayStation are mostly shoot 'em ups or use swords and stuff to kill people and stuff, and I'm not into that. I had enough of that for real in the army. I remember I got Mafia 3, and every time I had to engage in combat, I'd kind of get the adrenaline rushing too much. But Elite Dangerous is nice and calm, you know. And even when you're doing combat, it's not like a first-person shoot 'em up or whatever. Especially if you have a combat ship like a Fer-de-Lance that's fully engineered for combat, and you can take a lot of punishment, and your weapons are engineered, and they can deal a lot of punishment. Then it's not too bad. And I have a friend that helped me to engineer my fertile lance for combat. And I literally went from what mostly harmless to master, you know, just by doing the when they had community goals, I'd look for combat community goals and fly to that system and go to the nav beacon and just bounty hunt for about a week. You know, stopping by the community goal station, dropping off my bounties, getting supplies, getting repairs if any, and the next day go out and do it again. And at the end of the week, then you hand in, then you pick up your money from the community goal. But I like nav beacon combat over the Has-Res sites, mainly because I don't want to have to be looking out for those damn rocks. And I've tried it in Has-Res, and I've ran into a lot of asteroids, and that would bring my shields down, and yeah, I just didn't like it. And conflict zones are good. You just go there, choose a side, and as soon as you do, the other side, their markers turn red, and just keep battling it out until you have to go back, go to a station and do repairs or something, or get new ammo if you have cannons or multi-cannons. Sometimes I was using prismatic shields, and if it goes down like 2 rings, it's not gonna recharge no matter what you do. It's gonna take forever to recharge, so you might as well go to the station and get some repairs done. But when I first started, I had no idea about combat. As soon as I got enough money, I bought the Diamondback Explorer, and concentrated. My area of comfort would be in exploring. And as soon as we get done with this jump and scan the beacon, I'll show you why. I think that'd be in the codex too. But first we'll scan these beacons. Or a beacon. Okay, where do you want me to go here? C2. Okay. Hopefully that's not too far. Just want to have C's. It's gonna be, yeah, we got a long ride. It's over 300,000. 300, almost 400,000. Okay, so I got plenty of time to show off my commander, I guess. Line it up. Alright, let's look at the codex. And for those, if you don't know, the codex is where you also find the new player handbook, which is down here, Pilot's Handbook, which is pretty interesting. They have mining, exploration, trade and smuggling, piracy, mercenary work, bounty hunting, salvage, xeno hunting. I'll tell you about Thargoids. I haven't looked at that. Tell you what basic equipment you need, other equipment like a Xeno scanner, advanced equipment. Give you a little thing about the different Thargoid type ships. It's pretty interesting. Private assistance. So yeah, if you have time, you're at a station or whatever, yeah, check it out. You got exploration. They'll also tell you about the equipment you should have on your ships. Optional equipment. Management equipment like fuel scoops, auto-field maintenance units for fixing up your modules if they become damaged. Heat sinks for cooling you down. Tell you a little bit about the full spectrum scanner or the FSS. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's take a look at that. And I'll show you why I like exploration. Okay, stats. Where's exploration? Okay, systems visited 22,298. Profits from exploration 4.5 billion credits. So that's a lot of credits from exploration. 4.5 billion. My highest paid out was 13.8 million credits. Total hyperspace jumps 28,562. Maximum distance from start, that's probably when I went to Biggle Point, is 65,222 light years. And they too give you the approximate time played. But total hyperspace jumps 1,061,523 times of, oh, that's light years, okay. I thought I was going to say how many times I did yeah, here it is, total hyperspace jumps 28,562 times of hearing frame shift drive charging and having to hear the 4-second countdown. And if you take 4 and multiply it into that number, you find out how many seconds was used up in my life just waiting for the 4-second countdown. But yeah, that's why I love exploration. You can make a lot of money on it, and it's the safest form of money making. I mean, Frontier, I think, should do something about combat. They should make the risk and the reward equal. Right now, you're taking an expensive ship with a big rebuy, and you're taking a risk of having it blown up, and you're not really making all that money bounty hunting. And the risk versus the reward on taking on Thargoids isn't there. I mean, you blow one up, you might get 1,000,000 credits, but it takes long. Like I said, normally you have to be in a wing. You're going to be going to a station numerous times to get repairs. And since you're in an expensive combat ship, if you get blown up by the Thargoids, it's going to be one hell of a big rebuy. Well into the multi-million-dollar range. But yeah, I would love to see Frontier do something about the combat pay. I think more people would get into it if it paid better. But yeah, like I said, once you're outside the bubble, you see. I mean, I've never seen anybody outside the bubble. You know, I'll be in a system and I never see another ship, not even an NPC. So I can relax, log out and log back in under open play. Never have to worry about seeing another player. The only problem with exploration is when you're going up to like Sagittarius A and you've been doing that for a week and you're kind of bored. Well, you're stuck. unless you create a second account. It'd be nice if you can, okay, I'm sick of exploring, let me go back and get into my beluga and do some passenger missions, until I get bored of that, and let me go back to my exploration ship. That'd be nice. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be nice. I mean, I figure if you can go to Colonia and pay an exuberant amount of money to have them ship your beluga there, or whatever other ship you might want, why not? I mean, this is the 33rd century. Star Trek had teleportation in the 24th century, so basically I'm tired of exploring, so beam me back to Jameson, Scotty. Maybe you can land on some planet or something, and then just beam back to Jameson or whatever your home base is, and do something else. Like a lot of the people that's doing the Distant Worlds 2 expedition to Biggle Point, they're either using a second account, or they have a second account that if they get bored of exploring, they can go to their second account and do some passenger missions or combat or mining or whatever. And for those that don't have a second account, well, you're going to be flying all the way to Biggle Point, and then you're going to have to come back. And if you start to really get space sickness, from exploring, you have the option of self-destruction. However, you lose all the data you collected, all the scans, all the mapping. So you don't, and you're gonna have a rebuy of your ship, and you don't get any money at all. There were times when I thought about it, but I just put my head down and kept doing the jumps and get to Sagittarius A or wherever I was going and come back. And with Chapter 4, they have made it a lot easier to scan the planets without having to fly to them. You have the option, you don't have to, but you can be the first one. I mean, somebody might have first discovered by Joe Blow, but you could be the first one to map it. Now, if you map a planet, then you have to fly to it, get within range, and then stop your ship, keep it in super cruise, but throttle down, and then bring out you have to have a detailed surface scanner, and that would allow you to shoot probes at the planet. You can shoot them like one on the left side, one on the right side, one on the top, one on the bottom, and wait to see what happens. If once you get to 90%, I think, then they give it to you. They give you like 90% is 100. And if you fall short of fully mapping it, and there's a spot behind it, then you can just aim a little bit to the right, shoot a probe, and that would fly around the back of the planet and land on the back of the planet. I don't know how many credits you get from mapping planets. I don't think anybody's ever done a video of that or broken it down. So I really don't know if it's worth it or not. But the old way was you go into a system, you open up the system map like this, should have planets here. Okay, so you look at this and you say, okay, here's some planets. You know, you can pretty much tell by uh, the way they look. You know, this could be a high. Okay, it tells you high middle content world. You know, may or may not be terraformable. You're gonna have to scan it to find out. But you see that first map by Del Ringo, but it's never been mapped before. So you can be the first one to map it, and you'd have your name on it. You know, first map by Elite Bastard. And you see these. Okay, when you look at spots, spots tells me that that's going to be kind of rare, like water-based life on it, or uh, yeah, water-based life. The green ones, I don't think I'm going to have one in this system. But if that would have been like a pale green with those spots, then that most likely would have ammonia-based life. But you would look at it and say, okay, this looks interesting. I go, okay, it's Earth like water. But you don't know that. You didn't know that at the time. But you would, you know, with this Earth like, you would have to fly over 394,000 light seconds to get to it and scan it. Now you don't even have to do that. You just scan it with the FSS. That does the advanced, what's it called? Not advanced. Detailed surface scan. And it saves you a lot of time by doing that. Because you see how long it's taken me just to get to this planet that's... The problem with doing the sightseeing missions is that when you look in the mission description, it would tell you how far away the systems are, but it doesn't tell you how far away the visitor beacon or the tourist beacon is. So you jump in like I did and look for the tourist beacon, and oh, it's 400,000 light seconds, you know. Now, there's one piece of advice I'd give you for sightseeing missions. If you click on a sightseeing mission and the name of the mission is One for the Mug, M-U-G, don't take it, because that's going to have you go to Alpha Centauri, and you have to go to a place called Hunting Orbital, and that's 0.33 light years away. So that's going to take about at least an hour and 45 minutes to fly there. So if you see a passenger mission that says One for the Mug, I don't care how much they offer you, don't take it unless you want to spend. I mean, one time I did that, and I actually, you know, was flying towards it, and I went and took a shower. Then I got out, and I still had a long way to go, and I cooked something to eat, and I ate, you know, and I still had a long way to go. So I ended up, you know, just sitting here in front of the TV, reading a book and glancing up to see how much further I had to go. And the reason why it's called One for the Mug is if you have a small or medium ship, then you can land at Hutton Orbital, and they sell these mugs that you can put in your cargo holds. And then you take, the further away you take them to, you know, a faraway system within the bubble, then you can get a lot of money for those mugs. I mean, I thought it'd be like a mug bobblehead like I have on the dash of this ship, you know, but no, it's just cargo. And you can make pretty decent money off those mugs, Hutton Orbital mugs. And then sometimes you hear people, you know, on YouTube would say, hey, they're giving away free anacondas at Hutton Orbital, you know. Well, that's the rub. you know, new players. Oh, free anaconda. Why am I flying around this crummy sidewinder? I'm gonna fly to this hunt and orbital thing and get my free anaconda, and you fly for like an hour and 50 minutes and get the hunt and orbital, and guess what? No free anacondas. And it makes sense because they only have small and medium-sized landing pads. So an anaconda would take up a large landing pad, so it'd be physically impossible for them to give out free anacondas. But it's sort of like that old Brooklyn bridge, yeah, bridge in Brooklyn I like to sell you, you know, type thing. So again, if you see a passenger mission and it's called One for the Mug, just say, oh, nope, not going to be fooled again. Okay, we're getting close to 1,000 light seconds away, so I'm going to throttle down, let the Super Cruise take over, Super Cruise Assist, or SCA. And I think this is the last scan for this guy. And then I got one more, and hopefully it's not going to be a 4 beacon mission. Hopefully it's like a 2 or 3. And I don't want to discard it, because when you do that, if you go over here, look at the mission, and abandon, that's what they call it. If you abandon a mission, then that's going to hurt your reputation with whoever gave you the mission. And that goes with any mission. If you abandon any mission, then that's going to lower your reputation with the faction that gave you the mission. See how long it's taken just to go like 20 light seconds? So just imagine if I had it on Super Cruise for that 400,000 light seconds. It would have taken, well, we'd still be talking about it. So that's why I have you know, I know that they came out on Tuesday, but I quickly found out that the best way is if the target is over 2,000 light seconds, then, you know, fly towards it, but don't throttle down to the blue, and activate the Super Cruise Assist until you're closer, or else it will take you forever. Alrighty, we're getting close. 7, 6, 5. Once it gets to 1 megameter, then it will drop out. Right about now. Okay, target. Throttle down so you don't hit it. And throttle back up.
Mission objective complete.
Kind of boost away from all the other ships. Going to Super Cruise. And you heard that the mission objective complete, so that mission's over with. We should see a take me back to Jameson message. Let's see what this visitor beacon is. This binary pair of planets is part of the sightseeing tour that is popular around this system. Wow, that's a lot of information. Okay, location visited. Please take me back to Jameson Memorial. Okay, I'll take you back as soon as I'm done with this guy. Let's see what he wants. Wants to go to Uluga, whatever, Blight and Gleese. Good, it's only 2. Alright. It shouldn't take too long unless it's way the hell out there. Let's see here, how many jumps? 5 jumps, that's not too bad.
Frameshift drive charging.
And then after I'm done with this one, then we'll go back to Jameson and turn in the mission, get paid whatever materials or credits, and then I end the stream. Because we've been doing this, it feels like a long time, couple hours at least. I don't know. Hopefully the tourist beacons are not 400,000 light seconds out. Hopefully they're real close. But like I said, the problem with sightseeing missions is you don't know how far away the tourist beacon is until you get there.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, fuel scooping here. Scanned it.
Fuel scooping complete.
And we're off.
Drive charging.
This should be our 3rd jump. Out of 5. Well, the good news is here in Phoenix, the sun is now to the west, so it's no longer shining through my window, so it's starting to cool off a little bit. We had a high of about 98 degrees here today, so we're getting close to the triple-digit days. Okay, jump here. That should be 4 or 5. So you can see how long this stream is. Just imagine doing that. I know I keep harping on it, but you know, doing that yesterday, 5 missions. All of them had 4 tourist beacons that needed to be scanned. Took me like over 3 hours, and just right when I was about to disengage Super Cruise at Jameson Memorial, I got griefed. A real player interdicted me, and with a beluga doesn't have the best shields and has no weapons, I got quickly blown up, losing all those missions, all the money and materials that I was working for. But as I said to my wife, you know, I should have known better plain and open this soon after a patch or update.
Frameshift drive charging.
Because the only Anaconda I ever lost was when they came out with Chapter 1. And at that time I had Sol as my home system. And I took my Anaconda out because it had the best jump range and took it to Founders World or Jameson Memorial so I can buy the new Chieftain. And I ended up getting ganked. Because there was a lot of griefers hanging around Jameson Memorial, knowing that people were going to go there and buy their brand new Chieftains. And what's weird is, I bought it, I engineered it, and I haven't flown it for over a year, probably. Okay, wasn't we just here? Because I remember that Reagan's Legacy. There's nothing here, is there? Okay, police. 02, we'll find out. There it is. H202 visitors beacon, 1,000. We'll go Super Cruise Assist. I'm hoping that this last one, the tourist beacon, is not 300,000 light seconds. Because I'm pretty much talked out. I showed you my commander statistics on exploration, a little bit about the player handbook. And I'm just running out of things to say. But I have noticed that since I've moved this one earpiece off of my ears so I can hear, talking during the live stream is a lot better because having headphones and the microphone that you can't hear yourself talking is just really terrible. It's like talking with earplugs in. And you know how you feel like you gotta talk louder? Or like talking if you have a really bad head cold, So from now on my streams, I just do it that way. Just put the left earphone thing a little bit off my ear and be a lot more comfortable. Okay, we're just about there, getting ready to disengage the Super Cruise. Nice Earth-like world there. Target throttle down. Throttle back up.
Mission objective complete.
Move away from the other ships and the planet. And go on the Super Cruise.
Drive charging.
Okay, there we go.
3, 2, 1. Temperature critical.
Alright, check out. This rare binary pair of outdoor worlds are not the only attraction to this system. A water world is also present. See, this would be very lucrative to break out the FSS and scan those Earth-like and water worlds. Okay, location visited. Take me to the... Oh, he wants to go to Jameson. How'd that happen? Make sure here. Okay, Jameson. 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 Okay, we're all done. So now I have Jameson bookmarked. So I open up the galaxy map. Move over to my bookmarks. It'll be the first one there. And we'll plot a route. Hopefully it's not too many jumps. It is 5 jumps. Could be worse.
Frameshift drive charging.
I do want to take this time to thank everybody who dropped in during the live stream, and also those who are viewing it, after the stream ended. I don't know what you call it, the archive stream. Hope you got a lot of good information out of it. And if you did, you can please give me a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. It helps. And don't forget to ring the bell icon so that you'll be notified the next time I do a live stream. And tell all your friends and neighbors about me. Elite Bastard. They probably love that name. But I did change my YouTube channel name to Commander Gates. My last name is Gates. So I had Commander Gates, and then when I would do, when I would go into the chat room of live streams, Elite Dangerous live streams, it's like everybody was Commander this, Commander that, And a friend told me, hey, when you were Elite Bastard, at least that was, unique. Even though some of the streamers don't want to say my name, I'm just calling me EB or just Elite. The only one that uses Bastard is, of course, Yamix. Yamix doesn't care about niceties. And hey, it's my name, so how can you, I was the one that came up with it. So how can you insult me by coming up with, or just saying my YouTube name? If I got it insulted so easily, I wouldn't have picked Elite Bastard. I would have just stuck with Commander Gates and been like everybody else. Alright, enough about that. Plus I do have a Pittsburgh Pirate game on a little bit later. I think they're playing LA. They're on the West Coast, so it's going to be my time, not Eastern time, for once. I'll watch that on MLB TV. I used to have a T-shirt that said, I may live in Phoenix, but my teams all wear black and gold. And for those that are not into sports or don't know team colors, all the teams in Pittsburgh, the Pirates, the Penguins, the Steelers, all their uniform colors are black and gold. And even though I live in Phoenix, where we have professional football, Cardinals, professional baseball, the Diamondbacks, professional basketball, the Suns, and professional hockey, the Coyotes, I still am a big Pittsburgh sports fan. Because that's what I was raised on. But I did love it when in 2001 when the Arizona Diamondbacks did go to World Series and win it by beating the Yankees. On Game 7, me and a friend sat outside of the stadium and watched the game on a Jumbotron TV.
Drive charging.
So when we won the World Series, we were the first ones outside the stadium to go celebrating. And I'm pleased to say that there was no incidents of rioting, or overturning cars, or burning, or nothing like that in the entire city of Phoenix, which I'm proud of. Now, if we can just get the damn Pirates back in the World Series, they haven't been in the World Series since 1979. I think that's 40 years. All right. Highlight Jameson. Where are you? There it is. Put it on Super Cruise thing. Let's see if I can flip this. That's almost facing me anyway. $15, $14. Get it up a little bit. Okay, that's good enough. And we're turning into missions, get our rewards, and then end the stream. Get ready for my pirate game. Another cool thing about the flight or the Super Cruise Assist is it allows me to look at some of these planets. They're really beautiful. I never noticed it because I was so fixed on looking at the distance and the how many seconds away I was, and never got a chance to look at these planets. Because Founder's World is a nice Earth-like planet. Which Jameson Memorial orbits around. Alrighty. Get in position, wait till I'm 7.5 kilometers away, and send a docking request. There it is, throttle down. And there's the docking computer.
Automated docking initiated.
So now I can take a drink of Pepsi and let the docking computer do its thing. Look at the shadow I'm casting on the station. You know it's a big ship when you can cast a big shadow like that.
Landing gear deployed.
We will be forced to respond to aggressive actions.
And for those who didn't see them, I'll show you what the beluga looks like on the landing pad.
Confirmed contact. Perform landing check.
This is how big it is. Oop, lost signal. It's gigantic compared to the other docking bays. Alright, let's get into the hangar.
Thanks for choosing this facility.
Now, the one thing I always got into early was when you go into starport services, take care of your ship first. We do that now. By that I mean fill up the tank. Fill up the tank. This is a bug that needs to be fixed. You know, click on it, it's gonna say server error. So I need to fix that. Then I go to advanced maintenance. You can do this with any ship. Go up to where it says ship integrity, because 90% right now. So you can repair it for 77,000 credits. Alright. And also you can do your paint job from all the fuel scooping. Kind of wears out or rubs away the paint. Alright, your ship is good. Go back out. Turn in the missions. Yeah, I didn't know about the advanced maintenance. And my ship's integrity was getting lower and lower and lower. Because I thought when it says repair all, it repaired everything. But it doesn't repair the ship integrity. Okay, I'm going to just take the money on this one. Should give me a little bit of reputation. Yeah, with this faction, I was kind of low because of getting blown up before handing in those missions yesterday. Okay. Okay, can't take any of that, so take the money. Skip out of this. Francisco Roach. Yeah, see, modified embedded firmware. I did so many of those missions, I have no more room for them. So take the money. I thought I had one with exquisite focus crystals. Maybe it's this last one here. Yeah, here they are. So you get the grade 5 materials, you get 3 of those, and you still get 2.3 million credits. Not bad. Like I said, if you don't need them, you can always go to a material trader and trade them for the manufactured materials that you do need. Alright, well, we're done here. Let's get out to the main screen. Wonder who this guy is saying, gotcha. Don't know. Don't care. What if that's the guy that ganked me? It can't be. I'm in a private group, so no, that's not him. All right. Well, again, I want to thank everybody for dropping in. I want to thank Jess Garcia and Jeremy Traver for participating in the chat, and all the other ones that just wanted to watch. And for the people that's going to be watching in the future after the stream has ended, thank you all for watching my stream. And again, if you liked it, feel free to give me a like. If you're not a subscriber, click on the subscribe button. And click on the bell notification icon so that you will receive a message whenever I go live again. Okay, until then, happy flying, happy safe flying. Watch out for those gankers. And this is Commander Elite Bastards wishing you a good day. Thank you.